Hey guys, and welcome back to Let's Play Skies of Arcadia Legends. Alright, so we have made our way through the Temple of Pyron here, and we have reached this swirling bit of lava in front of us, so let's step forward and see what we got. It's some big lava worm thing that doesn't actually look that intimidating, but either way, it's still going to be the boss of the Temple of Pyron. Now, I expect this battle to go pretty quickly. This is really not that tough, especially if you know to use purple against it, and if you have things like Glyphs of Might in order to increase Vice's strength. Move the camera around there. I don't know if I've ever actually done that before. Yeah, you can use the C stick to move things around. Anyway, let's switch Vice over to purple, since he's, of course, going to be our attacker. First thing we're going to have Aka do is use the Glyph of Might on Vice, of course, and with Fina for a while here, at least maybe just for the first turn, we still got one Crystallis box left over, so we might as well use it. It's not like I have any other plans for it or anything.
Let's try this!
But yeah, this boss is not really that tough, if you ask me. It doesn't really have too much health. It kind of looks like it does, but a couple of Cutlass Furies with Glyph of Might will probably take it down. This Volcanic Blast can be a little bit of a pain, especially if you're not guarding with Fina, like I probably should have been, but we'll still probably get away with it. He also has a move, it's called like Cinder Storm or Cinder Breath or something like that, which can actually petrify, I believe. So you might need to watch out for that a little bit, but probably in the next 2 turns between our 2 Cutlass Furies we should be able to take him down, so it probably won't be that bad. We're going to go ahead and just use Crystallis box with Aka and just go ahead and guard with Fina. She should be able to survive, it shouldn't be a problem. So there's a good 1300 damage, you can see he's just below half, and this Crystallis box will do quite a bit more as well. 488, so the next Cutlass Fury will probably take him down. You can see he's doing another Volcanic Blast, which is probably going to bring us down quite a bit, but I'm actually fairly confident that we can take him down, so I'm going to take a little bit of a risk and probably not heal too much. I might go ahead and just put the commands in just in case we don't take it down. Vice will probably survive another one, I think, anyway, but we'll just have them sort of heal each other up just in case. Alright, well there's a Cinder Storm. Actually, Aka's probably going to die from that. Oh, well, never mind. She didn't actually take that much damage. And yeah, you can see there's the Petrification status. I don't know that we've seen it yet. I don't think it will prevent her from gaining experience, but I guess we'll have to see if this takes it out. Oh, wow, it's just got a little bit left. Alright. So in that case, we can actually probably just have Vice attack. That might even take it out. We can have Fina use one of these Curia crystals. Curia is basically like a cure-all. I mean, it'll take care of basically anything. Alright, well, Vice took it down, so we'll see if that makes her lose out on experience. If so, it's not really that big of a deal, I guess, but that would be kind of a shame. Oh, wow, see, it looks like she actually snapped out of it, so she probably still will. And, yep, indeed she does. Because, you know, it's not like she was not... Ooh, we also actually got a Riselim box from that. Let's skip past that real quick, but that's really nice, actually. Multiple use, like, full resurrection. That's really good. Probably the first good resurrection choice we've had for a while. Alright, so we walk across the dead body of the, the worm thing there. I always thought that was kind of cool. And then we open the door to the room ahead and see what we've got. And this looks like this might be the prize we're looking for, so let's check it out. Wow, so this is a moon crystal.
Wow!
It's so beautiful. I'm getting weak in the knees just looking at it. A moon crystal is the most concentrated source of energy that you'll ever see. It was created by distilling a moonstone into its purest form. Moon crystals are pure energy. This crystal alone has the power of tens of thousands of moonstones. So this crystal is powerful enough to control one of the Gigas? Look at the light radiating from the crystal. Even though thousands of years have passed since the destruction of the old world, the crystal still shines as bright as ever. Between the power of these crystals and the destructive forces of the Gigas, it's easy to see how so much of the world was destroyed. It's sad. The people of the old world had so much power, but they used it to make weapons instead of helping each other. There's no way we can let Valua get their hands on one of these. Fina, leave it up to us. We'll keep it safe. The Valoons are gonna have to take it off of my dead body before I hand it over to them. There's so much of the world that I still have to see. I'm not gonna let them wake up some ancient guardian to destroy half of it now.
Thank you very much.
I know you'll do your best to keep it safe. Alright, and we got the Red Moon Crystal. That's one down. Awesome. And once we do that, this convenient little door opens up beside us. I guess it would be a giant pain to make us walk all the way back out. So whenever we go through this door, we'll see, yes, we're taken back outside, giant statue moves out of the way, and we can go back. See, if only we could have just moved that from the start, you know, we would have been able to skip all the monsters and all the battles and the puzzles, and oh well, guess that happens. Alright, so I'm going to save again real quick here, just to sort of cover everything, make sure we're good. And now just head back down the stairs. And since our objective is completed, I guess we don't really have any reason to stick around, you know? Ah, looks like Belena's still waiting for us here. Belena, sorry to have kept you waiting so long. I hope you weren't too worried about us. I'm so glad you're alright. Did you find the moon crystal? Of course we found it. I knew you could do it. Would it be alright if I took a look at it? Wow, so this is one of the legendary moon crystals. It's more beautiful than I ever imagined. Thank you so much. I'm sure that Lord Galshan will be very pleased. What? What are you talking about? Let me show you. Belena, who are you? Let me reintroduce myself. I am Blerza, the 4th Admiral of the Imperial Armada. I specialize in covert operations. You don't need to get your hands bloody to win battles. Sometimes a little trickery goes a long way. You tricked us. Belena? Or, Blerza? So everything that you said about your parents, about war, about your childhood, was it all a lie? Did you just say that to get us to trust you? I told you the truth. I never said my father was from Nasser. He was a Valuan soldier and he did die in battle. Years later, I too became a soldier. I want to put an end to all war so nobody has to go through what I went through. Countries go to war arguing over borders and resources. If the world was united under one rule, there would be no more war. That's why we need the power of the Gigas to make sure no one opposes us. Valua must rule the world. Blerza, no, don't! Red Gigas, Recumen, as bearer of the Red Moon Crystal, I command you to awaken and do my bidding. Fina? What did she do? This is bad, right? Recumen, no, she can't be. Goodbye, handsome. Recumen, I command you, engulf these 3 in your flames. Vice, Aka, hurry, we must run. Fina, what's going on? Blerza, she's summoning Recumen, the Red Gigas. She's using the power of the Red Moon Crystal to awaken him. She what? I guess we're gonna have to run. Aka, Fina, let's get out of here. Is that? Yes, that's the Red Gigas, Recumen. So, those weren't statues in front of the temple, they were its heads. It's looking at us. Run! Ah! Fina! Fina, are you alright? Come on, we gotta go. I'm sorry, I tripped. Eka, Fina, take cover. It missed us. Something hit it in the head. I can't leave you three alone, can I? Stop gawking and get on. Captain! Captain, you came back for us. Hurry, maybe we can take that thing out in the Little Jack. Admiral Blerza, that ship is rescuing them. Ready the links. I want to make sure that they don't escape. Yes, Admiral. Well, handsome, now we can see what you're made of. Captain, you came back just in time. I didn't come back for you. My search for Recumen brought me back to this desert. And I wasn't about to watch the three of you get roasted by that thing. Hey Fina, get a load of the captain. I wonder how long he can act like he doesn't care about us. Eka, you really shouldn't tease him like that. Who's acting? I just want to find Recumen. Rotten little brat's always getting me into trouble. Calm down, Captain. But what should we do about that thing? Well, let's treat it like a practice run for when I finally do fight Recumen. That thing packs quite a punch. Do not get hit by that beam no matter what. I don't know if the little Jack can take a direct hit. Aye aye. Let's go. Alright, and Drachma joined the party again, just in time to rescue us from Recumen. Alright, so now as you can guess, we have a ship battle against Recumen, the Red Gigas. This looks like it's going to be quite a challenge. That thing is huge. Hey Captain, do you have any ideas on how to fight this thing? You know much about this thing as I do, boy. Just stay up high and see what he does for now. Alright, so now this battle, you can see there's basically going to be at least one red square per turn. We're going to have to take a little bit of a cue from the cutscene before. Thankfully that we have just enough SP to pull this off right now. We're going to actually use our secondary cannon. I believe this is the first time we've had a chance to do so. Basically, you can select the turn to fire it on, then you can extend it by a turn, or 2 or 3, depending on what type of cannon you have if you want. Use a little bit of extra SP, but you can kind of spread your firepower out, which is really nice. We're going to focus here with Eka and Fina, and then on the red turn, we're basically going to make sure we concentrate our firepower. We're going to do basically what happened during that cutscene. It's going to use its red ray attack, is what it's called. We're going to try to knock it off balance so we won't get hit by it. And if you don't actually know this right out of the gate, it could be very easy to. You can survive it. It's not like, you know, some big, huge instant death thing if you don't know what you're doing. If you use evasive action, like you might think to do on the red turn, then you'll definitely lessen the damage. And after that, I believe the guys would tell you to try to knock it off balance and do what I do. It basically just makes the battle take an extra turn, but... So as you can see, pretty much during the rest of its turns, it's just going to sit there and assess damage, and it won't do anything except for that red ray attack. Here you can see is our 3-inch cannon, which did virtually no damage. Its health bar is unchanged. And you can see now it's going to prepare its attack in order to use red ray on the next turn. So since we concentrated our firepower, we're going to shoot right at it. You can see we hit it for a little bit more. That still wasn't very much, though. But fortunately, when it does its attack, you can see it kind of got bent to the side of it. We knocked it off balance in order to evade it. So as long as we can keep that up, we basically shouldn't take any damage from this. Yeah, we did it. We knocked it off balance. Yeah, but, well, it doesn't look like we did any damage to it, though. Yep, and that's pretty much the key. Now, this time you can see it's on the second turn, so we're going to have to fire right off the bat. Focus with everybody else. It doesn't really technically matter who you do it with, but it just kind of feels more right to me to attack with Vice and Drachma, you know? So at this point, we basically just are going to be repeating this strategy, and you'll come to find out we're just going to be repeating this strategy for basically the entire battle. So this one it's kind of a little bit fixed in what you can do. And, you know, because you have to sit here and sort of watch the animations play out and all this, you know, the damage just the flying around like this where nothing's really happening, it can kind of draw this one out a little bit. So since you're basically going to be seeing the same thing for quite a bit of it, I may start to cut out some of the more uninteresting parts where we're just sort of flying around doing nothing. But we'll get to that when the time comes. For now, though, we'll just stick with it. And this is basically just, we're going to be doing this to end out the turn. Remember, we're just going to focus till the end. See, our Recumen's kind of interesting looking. Got the 4 heads, the 4 legs. It's interesting. I like how the statues that were out front of the temples were actually its heads. That's pretty cool. You know, Aika mentioned that when we got out. So it's like if you know it's there, you can look at it and be like, oh man, that's Recumen. But if you didn't, I mean, you may or may not be able to guess it, but I still think it's neat. Alright, so, no options this time. We're just going straight to it. We got a couple of C turns this time, though, and you can see we're also going to have an opportunity to fire the harpoon cannon, so maybe that'll do something a little better. For now, though, like I said, we're going to be repeating the exact same strategy, so just make sure to focus up. It's actually going to be really important by the end of this that you have your SP quite high, so make sure to focus on every turn you're not actually attacking. Alright, so we're getting a few pot shots in here and there, but its health bar doesn't really even appear to be going down, so I'm not entirely sure we can actually even do anything with our cannons besides knock it off balance here. And hopefully you don't miss. I think that would be bad. Thankfully, it doesn't really matter. They tend to sort of shoot in random places. Like that time it sort of hit in the middle of the body, you know, instead of the head. But as you can see, it still gets knocked off balance. So just as long as you concentrate the firepower, you'll be alright here. Now, of course, unguarded, that thing does do quite a lot of damage, so you want to watch out for that. Alright, so we got one more turn of focusing here before we can move on. You can see we're getting our SP bar pretty far up there, which is good. We're going to need most of that later. Alright, so it looks like we've got a harpoon cannon chance this turn, and as you can see, actually 2 chances on the next. Looks like we're going to have a split decision to make. So, again, we're just going to do the same thing, but this time we're going to use the harpoon cannon in place of the standard cannon. Maybe that'll do something a little bit more. So let's try it. I guess we could have also used Incrum, but well, I'm not going to bother. I think I might have actually saw a little itty-bitty bit sort of go down off that health bar. Not sure, though. It could just be my imagination. Alright, so this is the harpoon cannon turn. Let's see what we can do.
Harpoon cannon, fire!
Ooh, right through the head. Oh, that didn't seem to do a lot either, did it? Okay, we might be in a little bit of trouble here. That harpoon cannon is the best thing we got. Thankfully that will, of course, knock it off balance. I don't know how long we can keep this up. It just feels like we're only prolonging our own deaths. He's gotta have a weakness. Alright, so you can see we've got a choice here. Unfortunately, it doesn't really look like there's a whole lot of difference between the two. It still gets 2 shots in. Concentrating fire on its heads will let us use the harpoon cannon, so let's try attacking its heads. We may get hit in the process, but we need to take a chance. Let's bring the little jack in closer. Alright, so this is our harpoon cannon turn. This is basically the turn that you want to have a lot of SP for. You don't need to use the harpoon cannon. In fact, I'm pretty sure it's almost impossible. It would require 30 SP anyway, even if you could. But you may only be able to fire it once per round anyway, so what we're going to do here is we are going to have, because we're going to have to knock them off balance on both turns. So the first turn we can use the harpoon cannon. So let's have Vice actually use the standard cannon here on the last turn. Aika is going to attack using the 3-inch cannon to do that. Fina's going to focus, and Drachma is going to, we have just enough, we can use the harpoon cannon there, and this should knock him off balance both times.
Harpoon cannon, fire!
I think we brought it down a little bit more, but I mean, at this rate, we're never going to finish this thing. I think it's pretty clear what we're doing. It's just not working. And again, basically nothing. Thankfully, though, we were able to knock it off balance both times, so that's that's really good. Damn, nothing. We got in as close as we could, but our cannons did almost nothing to it. It's no use, boy. The only thing we're managing to do is damage our own ship. We can't continue fighting like this for much longer. We must retreat for now. Get us out of range of his attacks, boy. We need to think of a new strategy for now. Alright, so yeah, obviously what we're doing is not working, so let's retreat and regroup. You're right, Captain. I suppose we got no other choice. Well then, full speed ahead. Get out of range of that thing's attacks. Yeah, so we finished the battle. Unfortunately, no spoils, because we didn't defeat anything. Nothing's working. If we keep fighting it head-on, we're gonna lose. Hey, Fina, can you think of a way to stop it? Gigas don't make their own decisions. They only obey commands given to them by the ones who awaken them. Until Blerza commands it to stop, there's nothing we can do. So if something were to happen to Blerza... I got it! I know how to stop that thing! You mean attack Blerza's ship, right? If we can stop her, we can force her into calling off the Gigas. You got it! That's a good idea. Either way, we'll last longer against her than we will against that thing. Alright, full rudder. Target Blerza's ship. All hands to battle stations.
Let's go.
Aye aye, Captain. Okay, so I think actually this is a little bit unorthodox, but I'm going to leave us off right here. We have basically ran away from the Gigas and are now going to target Blerza's ship in hopes of getting her to call it off. So that's what we're going to do next time. Until then, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you then.